Hello everyone, I'm Parker. Nice to meet you. I'd like to talk to you about the article. The topic is Effects of a Phonological Awareness Program on English Reading and Spelling among Hong Kong Chinese ESL children. So this article is from the Journal of Reading and Writing, published 2013, and the volume is 26. My talk is divided into three parts. So I'll start with overview of the article, then I will look at evaluation of the study, and finally I will give you my reflection about the article. This study investigated the effects of 12-week language-enriched phonological awareness instruction on 76 Hong Kong young children who were learning English as a second language. So they were tested on receptive and expressive vocabulary, phonological awareness at the syllable, rhyme and phoneme levels, reading and spelling in English before and after the program implementation. The research conditions is like this. So this study was designed to examine the effects of language-enriched phonological awareness instruction on phonological awareness skills, oral language proficiency, and reading and spelling. So there were two conditions. The first one is language-enriched phonological awareness instruction. Actually, this group is an experimental group. And the second one is English language activities focusing on vocabulary learning and word writing. So actually, the B is a comparison or controlled group. So there are two research questions. The first one, would children with language-enriched phonological awareness instruction perform better at post-test than the comparison group? The second one, what oral language and phonological awareness measures would predict children's improvement on word reading and spelling for the instructional and comparison groups? Here are the theoretical framework. Phonological awareness is a very important literacy skill that children have to acquire in early years. So phonological awareness was reported to be the strongest predictor of reading among various measures. So do these findings for generalize to ESL children who have L1 significantly different from English? So this one is applicable to Korean situation. So we also have a lot of ESL children in kindergarten and the primary school. So we can think about the phonological awareness to teaching method in the Korean English classroom. So it was found that children benefited most when they were exposed to literacy-based activities first, and then to direct and explicit instruction about phonological awareness. The first, we need to literacy-based activities. In Hong Kong kindergarten classrooms, L2 oral inputs are generally limited, and both reading and vocabulary acquisition tend to rely more on print than on speech. This one is very similar to Korean English classroom situation. So we are more dependent on print than on speech. So according to the lexical restructuring hypothesis, when children's vocabularies expand phonetically, for example, hot and pot are different by a single phoneme. So hot, H and P is just a different letter. So they must begin to represent the words with a segmental phonology. So the restructured segmental representation contribute to the development of phonological awareness and learning to read and write. So the lexical restructuring hypothesis contends that there are close relationship between vocabulary growth and phonological awareness and reading development. Based on this model, vocabulary size is related to one's phonological awareness and contribute to reading performance. On the other hand, the acquisition of literacy may influence the further development of phonological awareness. So it may lead to reorganization of the segmental representation or lexical categories. It means phonological awareness may contribute to the further development of lexicon. So we can guess that lexical restructuring hypothesis is applicable to the ESL children in Hong Kong because vocabulary is the main focus in Hong Kong kindergarten English curriculum. And the children are expected to acquire basic vocabulary during the kindergarten years. Therefore, despite weak oral language proficiency, their lexicon undergoes restructuring as a result of vocabulary growth. This kind of research approach has great implications for Korean English class. So as a similar situation with Hong Kong, Korean kindergarten has a curriculum to learn basic vocabulary by reading and writing rather than oral language proficiency. Here are methods and design. At the beginning of the study, the kindergartens located in Hong Kong participated. The 76 children from 3 kindergartens completed the instructional program and the post-test. There were 38 children in the instructional group and 38 in the comparison group. It means the instructional group means experimental group and the comparison group means control group. These children did not differ significantly from the dropouts with respect to age or pre-test measures. So the pre-test measure, the p-value is bigger than 0.1. It means they don't have a significantly difference between the instructional group and the comparison group. There were pre-test and post-test assessments after 12-week phonological awareness instruction. Here are all measures. There are 4 kinds of categories of measures. English reading and spelling, oral language proficiency, phonological awareness, letter knowledge. So English reading and spelling includes word reading, pseudo word reading, spelling. So oral language proficiency includes picture naming, phonological awareness, syllable selection, rhyme detection, rhyme generation, phoneme identification, phoneme deletion. And the last letter knowledge includes letter identification. So the results. In phonological awareness, it was effective in enhancing phonological awareness skills at various levels, including syllable, rhyme, and phoneme levels. In oral language proficiency, it had a specific effect on expressive vocabulary, but not on receptive vocabulary. So it just effect on expressive vocabulary. In word reading and spelling, the children in the instructional group performed significantly better than those in the comparison group on English reading and spelling after program implementation. So the results indicated that children who received the phonological awareness instruction performed significantly better than the comparison group on English word reading, spelling, phonological awareness at all levels. So here are key findings and implications. The amount of growth was the result of the instruction that lasted only for 2 sessions per week for 12 weeks. Children in the comparison group showed very little gain in various phonological awareness skills and nearly none in phoneme awareness. So it may not enable Chinese ESL children to develop sufficient phonological awareness skills with its emphasis on printing and learning letter names. The phonological awareness at syllable, rhyme, and phoneme levels, expressive vocabulary, word readings, and word spelling to a large extent than the comparison instruction. Phoneme awareness was demonstrated as the most important unit of phonological awareness in explaining beginning L2 reading of Chinese ESL children. So it may not enable Chinese ESL children to develop sufficient phonological awareness skills with its emphasis on printing and learning letter names. I read it already. The significance of the topic. The importance of oral language proficiency suggests that mastery of L2 oral skills along with phonological awareness may be beneficial for Hong Kong young children who have high literacy demands in both Chinese and English. In many Hong Kong preschool classrooms, the teaching of English emphasizes writing exercises, and children in general have little exposure to oral language. The level of scholarship. The Journal of Reading and Writing is start from 1989, and it has 30 volumes and 1,259 articles until now. But the impact factor is just 1.308. So I don't think it is a high level of scholarship, but it has quite useful articles. Here are my questioning. So is a phonological approach always more effective than whole word approach? So I wonder. So the whole word approach is So sometimes useful for us to learn English. So, but we don't have any phonological approach. So I think the phonological approach and the whole world approach are is in it's good for to integrate. So um, I don't think just the phonological approach. The emphasizing on the phonological approach is not a good idea for learning English. So, to what extent is the development of Korean and English speaking skills parallel? So, in the bilingual learner, as a bilingual learners, so I'm not sure how can we learn Korean and English at the same time. So that's my questioning. So are bilingual children better able to detect syntactic rules of language than their monolingual peers? So this is our bilingual learners' problem. So, so I will continue to be interested in this. So I'm not sure the research can generalize to Korean English teaching. I'm still thinking and confused. So, implications for English class in Korea. So I think 3 problems in Korean English class. The first one is lack of importance of phonological awareness. And the second one is emphasizing on writing exercise, less oral practice. The third one is test-centered English class. These are our traditional problems in English learning. So I think the phonological awareness program can help for Korean English class situation. So, okay, so thank you for your listening. So see you later.